Hello, it's me again, talking about books again. You'll have to excuse my dishevelled appearance. I have just been changing my bed covers, which is a lot more effort than the people who are doing the London Marathon this morning. I stand by this opinion. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, I'm gonna die in a duvet cover. It's just like the old gypsy woman said. So when I did my first video, I was like, if this manages to get maybe 25 views, I'll think about doing a second one. And it's now over 200 views, which is insane. Thank you to everyone who watched it. It was really cool of you. It's really increased my confidence in doing this kind of thing. It also meant that I had to come up with an idea for another video because I didn't plan that far ahead, because I didn't think anyone would care about watching me talk about books into a camera. So yeah. So I thought, since we are now it's not exact, don't trust me, we're about a quarter of the way through 2016, I thought I would talk about some of the books that I have read so far this year, that I have particularly enjoyed. I've read a lot of books already this year, and graphic novels and all sorts of things, so this is just a very brief overview of some of the better stuff that I have absorbed into my brain through my eyes. Okay, so first up on the list, it's not actually YA, but it is The Long Road to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers, which is a science fiction book that my very good friend Lucy recommended that I read. In fact, she wouldn't shut up about it for a while. She kept saying, it'll fill the firefly-shaped hole in your heart. And I was like, nothing's going to fill that hole. That hole is cold and empty and a void. But it's a beautiful science fiction book. It has aliens and it has kind of space and all the usual things you expect, but it's not about war, and it's not about kind of the last stand of humanity against alien overlords. It's about cooperation, and it's about peace, and it's kind of Star Trek-y, and it has this ragtag band of the crew who work really well. They're really sweet. They clearly have a lot of feelings towards each other. It's this own little nuclear family in a little tin can surrounded by the infinite voids of space, and they work really well together. It's a really sweet book, and I utterly loved it, and there's going to be a new one, and I'm very excited about that. And then moving swiftly back into my preferred territory, which is YA fiction, is Sarah Barnard's debut, which is Beautiful Broken Things, which is shiny and pretty, and is about a friendship between two people in secondary school that is chaotic and heartfelt and utterly captivating. It really kind of looks at how important friendships are when you're young. There's a lot of YA that focuses on romance and kind of glosses over friendships, when really friendships are much more intrinsically important to young people. It's a huge part of your life, and this really touches on to just how crazy and fun being friends is when you are young. After reading that, well, actually I'm not doing this in chronological order, so forget I actually said that. Next in my list, however, is Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. Now, Alice's debut Solitaire was one of the best YA books I have ever read, and Radio Silence is better, which is a really big deal. It's Welcome to Night Vale meets The Perks of Being a Wallflower. It's beautiful, and it's honest, and it's real, and it's super queer, and it's full of diversity, and it has a friendship between a boy and a girl that isn't a romance, which is amazing. It touches on internet culture. It has a voice that is so sharp and so on point that it sounds like people I know. It sounds so relatable. It's a phenomenal book. She is a supremely talented author, and I cannot recommend her enough. She is brilliant. I can hear my neighbours moving around upstairs, and I bet they can hear me talking downstairs, and they're like, that guy down there definitely lives on his own, so who the hell is he talking to? Okay, next up on my list is The Sleeping Prince by Melinda Salisbury. Hi Mel. This is the sequel to Mel's multi-award nominated debut, The Sin Eater's Daughter. It is richly dark fantasy filled with beautiful description. She really changes the tone from the first one. The first one is a slow, creeping, twisting kind of political intrigue. This one is out and out violence and action, and it is utterly captivating. It's so racing. I was completely lost in it, and this is really exciting. I went to the launch with Mel, because hi Mel, and she has her own seal of her own initials, which is like the coolest thing I have ever seen. The series has just been announced as being picked up by a TV show. Fans of Sarah J Maas need to get on this now, because it's better. It's phenomenal. Seriously, sort it out. Sort it out now. Stop watching this video, go buy this book. Although it's quite late on a Sunday afternoon. Wait until tomorrow, go buy that book. I liked your book, Mel. It was good. I liked it. Okay, the next selection of books that I read, I actually read as part of the shortlist for the YA Book Prize for 2016, so I'm not going to talk about them too much here. I'm going to do a wrap-up video of the shortlist close to the prize announcement, but the ones that I read that I hadn't already were, there was the Curious Tale of Lady Caribou by Kathleen Johnson, Am I Normal Yet by Holly Baum, which got me shouted at a lot for not having read it already. It's really good. There was Asking for It by Louisa Neal, a book which is utterly important, and I will be talking more about that later, and One by Sarah Crossan, which is not only beautiful looking but also beautifully written. Phenomenal book. So yeah, look out for that video later. And finally, the book I finished this morning was The Girl of Ink and Stars, which isn't teen fiction. It's 9 to 12 or middle grade if you prefer, but it's an absolutely beautiful book. It's very, very Eva Ibbotson, very Diana Wynne Jones. It has a map in the front. Seriously, look, it has a map. That's everything I ever want from a book, is a map in it. It's really beautiful. I would definitely recommend people checking it out who don't necessarily get round to children's fiction, because it's beautifully written and it's pretty short, so you can get through it, I would say, in a sitting. To be honest, if you really put yourself into it, you could read that in one go, and it's a really nice way to spend a Sunday morning, which is what I did today. So I guess that just leaves what I'm reading now, which is Liz Flanagan's Eden Summer, which I started this morning. Was sent to me by the lovely Phil Earle at David Fickling Books, who always sends me, over the last 6 years, has never sent me a bad book, and every book he always sends me is always signed by the author, because he is an absolute darling. Looks really good so far. I'm only about 20 pages in, but it seems to be quite a thriller in the same vein as I've Been Told the Accident Season. It has a lot of a feel of Follow Me Down by Tanya Byrne as well, so I think that it's going to be good. I'm going to be checking more of that out this afternoon, I think, so that's pretty exciting. So that is all the books what I have read, not all the books, some of the books what I have read and enjoyed so far in 2016. I hope you liked the video. Again, thank you so much for the warm reception on the first video. It was not what I expected from this in the slightest. I'm so happy. It meant a really big deal to me. So yeah, that was really cool. Peace out. Watching this back, my hair looks like a mistake. God, I always knew it was pretty bad, but I might start pointing the camera at just nice things and talking over the top of it instead. That might be better, mightn't it? Yeah, less of my face. That's of that.